Hallo und willkommen zurück hier zu Tales of Berseria. Mit dem Mal von der letzten Folge haben wir Revanche geübt an dem Mistviech, was uns kurz vor Kapitel in der Folge davor umgebracht hat. Wir haben einen Brief von Sephir an seinen Sohn gelesen und wir sind hier eingeladen zu einer Art Hochzeit, oder? Dahin.
We've reached our destination.
Noch mehr.
I never thought about this until now, Alphen. But doesn't it get hot wearing that armor all the time? You feel heat and cold again, don't you?
Admittedly, yeah. It can get pretty toasty in this thing.
Is it hard when your back starts to itch?
Oh, you bet. Plus, my shoulders get stiff wearing it, even if it's not all that heavy.
Kisara looks like she manages all right with her armor.
Armor takes a strong body and a stout heart.
Spoken like a true guardsman. Not that I really get what you mean.
The more I think about it, the more I realize what a pain it must be. Like, what do you do when you need to take a leak?
Ew!
That part can be a bit of a pain, yeah. More things to take off.
That sucks, man. Wouldn't it be easier if you just walked around outside of your armor most of the time instead?
You never know when the enemy might attack. As tempting as it might be to take it off, it's not worth getting killed over.
So basically, you're screwed if you ever get attacked while taking a dump. Right, Rinwell?
Are you doing this on purpose?
Natürlich. Ich glaube, das wäre ein Gespräch gewesen, was früher schon getriggert hätte sollen. Lord Duhalim, danke, dass ihr gekommen seid. Duhalim, ihr seid hier. Großartig, kommen wir gleich zur Sache. Alle warten darauf, dass ihr sprecht. Oh, welch große Gesellschaft sich hier versammelt hat. Ein Grund mehr, dass ich mich richtig ins Zeug lege. Oh je. Danke, dass ihr alle gekommen seid. Ich möchte auf die üblichen Formalitäten verzichten und an diesem glücklichen Tag um euren Segen bitten. Ich bin Sir Notio und seiner zukünftigen Frau Kagari zum ersten Mal begegnet als... Das wird eine Weile dauern. Nun denn, ein Trinkspruch auf ewiges Glück für das liebende Paar, sowie auf Friede und Wohlstand zwischen Dahna und Rena.
Cheers!
Alle mal applaudieren. Gut, Zeit den Brautstrauß zu werfen. Weißt du, Shinon? Ich habe gehört, wenn man auf einer Hochzeit keinen Strauß fängt, bleibt man für immer alleine.
What?
Jetzt?
Nice try, you two.
Netter Versuch, ihr zwei. Viel Glück beim nächsten Mal. Niemals, warum?
Wait, something's wrong.
I couldn't catch it. I'll always be...
Oh no.
Oh je, nehmen Sie
This
das
is
zu
just
Herzen.
like what happened before. Alphen!
Diesmal sprechen sie sogar.
I'm alone. I'm all alone.
What can I do to get her to snap out of it? There aren't any thorns this time. Oh, I've got...
Alphen?
Shion, you're not alone. You've got all of us. And there wasn't just one, but there's also this one from me. So please, we'll fight this together.
You dummy!
Hat sie verarscht?
That's not what I was upset about. How many times do I need to tell you not to blindly rush into things? That said, it does make me feel better. Even if your bouquet is just a weapon named after one.
I'm just glad I could help. And I made another one to go with it, so it wouldn't be lonely either.
You never cease to amaze me, Alphen.
Hochzeitstortenschneider, what? Schaden Boostschlag, okay. Blöde. Crit-Schaden. Oh, das ist nice.
Feeling better now, Shion?
I'm sorry I lost my cool like that. Don't worry. It's not like I have any room for criticism.
Being a grown-up isn't easy, is it?
Ja. Ja. Das wollte ich ja mal nach Mark sagen. Allein wegen dem, was es hier vielleicht für neue Nachrichten gibt. Als es
Looks
hier
like we
gibt.
made it here in one piece.
Ja, neue.
Everything okay there, big guy? You look kind of pissed.
I'll say. He looks like he wants to bite the head off something.
What's eating at you? Come on, Alphen. You're gonna bring us all down if you keep that ferocious scowl on.
Hmm? Oh, sorry. Do I really look that ticked off?
Yeah, it kinda makes you hard to talk to. So, what's bothering you?
It's a pebble.
A pebble?
Snuck its way into the back of my boot. I can't seem to get rid of it.
Oh, I totally get you. Weird how much it can get on your nerves, huh?
Yeah, it's barely bigger than a grain of sand. So how come it feels like I'm walking around on hot nails?
You know, maybe this is a crazy solution, but you could just take your boot off and give it a shake.
Ah, yeah. Yeah, of course.
Captain Obvious.
You're right. Phew. It's like I've been given a new lease on life. Thanks for the tip, Shion.
Seemed kind of obvious, but
Ja.
you're welcome? That's the trouble with windy places. All that fine debris ends up getting into your hair and clothes.
Alphen, is it just me, or have you become extra sensitive ever since getting your sense of pain back?
Now that you mention it, the other night at camp, there was a fly buzzing around that annoyed him so much, he unsheathed the blazing sword.
So much for sensitive. That's just being a Mr. Cranky Pants.
Nothing new on that front, then.
What's the matter, Alphen? You look a little tense.
It's nothing, really.
He wants to get angry, but knows that doing so would only prove our point. Hence the building frustration showing plainly on his face.
Would you stop analyzing things for 1 minute?
Point taken.
Volltreffer. Lustig. Okay, dann wollen wir mal nach Sislodia. Oder Menenzia, da waren wir jetzt auch nicht.
Always good to be back in familiar territory.
Sure is good to be back in the pleasant climes of Menencia. Especially after the extremes of some of the other regions we visited.
Definitely. Your country is beautiful.
You do me an honor. However, this place was never mine to own.
I didn't mean it that way. Though, I guess technically you weren't born here either. Native or not, that doesn't change the feelings you had for the place. If I were you, I'd try to take a little pride in people's compliments.
Allow myself to feel pride, huh? That sounds like no easy task.
Nothing sounds easy when you overthink things the way you do. It must be exhausting.
He's always worrying about something. It's probably what gives him his eye for detail. That's just the way he is.
Yeah, so we'd noticed.
Let's change the subject, shall we? It's a wonder so many things coincided to bring us here. Alphen's awakening, Shion's decision to revolt, the Dahnan uprising in Calaglia, the crown contest's final, sputtering throws.
Zephyr's being in the right place at the right time. The fact that you happened to be a lord just as this was all going on.
It's almost as if we were brought together by design. By someone who wanted to bring down the system.
No, enough Hand of Destiny talk. We did this on our own steam. It's our responsibility to see it through.
Did Law just utter a pearl of wisdom?
I do think about things, you know. Just what do you take me for exactly?
Honestly, I always sort of pegged you as a likable dolt.
What the hell makes me a dolt, you dolt?
I mean, she did say he was a likable dolt, didn't she?
Let's refrain from poking this particular Zoogle any further. Some lessons just can't be taught.
Not to dolts, anyway.
Hey, Kisara, what's your secret for putting up with Dohalim? I don't know how you managed to deal with him.
Secret? Oh, I don't think it's as difficult as all that, really.
Could have had me fooled. Anyone who waxes lyrical on the aesthetic qualities of cactus thorns is a step too far for me.
And those poetic flourishes he sneaks into regular conversation? How am I supposed to react?
He likes the sound of his own voice, that's for sure. I say let him have his fun. No need to try and understand anything he says.
Has he always been like that?
He didn't seem as on edge all the time back in Menancia. Though he was my superior back then. So who's to say what I didn't see?
The Lord of Cislodia hid in plain sight while a crony posing as him carried out all his business. What if the Lord we met in Vicente was really...
An imposter? Dohalim? Hardly. Like it or not, that's him all right. In all his flamboyant, circumloquacious glory.
I'd like to see someone try to impersonate that on a daily basis.
Come to think of it, what with being a lord and all, he's probably never had anyone to speak to on an equal basis.
It wouldn't surprise me. Having you guys around, having a family in a way, must be what's helped him change.
A little heads up on some of his eccentricities would have been nice.
It's those eccentricities that make him who he is.
Das ist doch nett. Aber das ist nervig. Ich müsste jetzt theoretisch jedes Gebiet nochmal ablaufen. Aber ja, nicht unbedingt den Nerv dazu. Ich gehe nur die großen Städte mal durch.
We finally made it. Hey, Rinwell, tell me about your parents. What were they like?
They were kind. That's the part I like to remember. They could also be strict, though, especially when it came to magic. I never understood why I had to work so hard to learn magic. Why we couldn't just be done with it and live openly like everyone else. Needless to say, that didn't go over well. Of course, if I'd had known that one day I'd be doing this, I would have taken my studies more seriously. What about your parents?
Same deal. Run through the mill. Told constantly that training was the only way to survive in a world like this. It got bad enough that I ended up running away and siding with the Renans of all people. And now, I've got that training to thank for being alive.
I know how that feels.
The first time we met, you risked using your magic to stop me from kicking my dad's ass. You could have done anything else. You could have ignored it. So, why?
Yeah, I guess something about Zephyr reminded me of my own father.
You don't say. So, did your pops and mine look a lot like each other?
Not really. Not at all, in fact. I don't know how to explain it. I just felt a resemblance, I guess.
Wow. Well, I won't pretend I understand, but I'm glad. Your dad must have been a great guy.
He was.
Maybe it's the snow soaking up all the sound, but something about Cislodia always feels mysterious to me, solemn almost.
When it comes to solemnity, I'd say our own Altalina Palace is no slouch.
I won't argue with you there. Still, that azure tint of the shadows on the silvery white snow, it has a certain indescribable quality.
Indeed. It was boorish of me to even suggest such a comparison.
All I know is it's freaking cold. Still, more pleasant now that the locals aren't quite as frosty towards us.
Well, excuse me if I'm too frosty for your warm self.
Oh, come on! You know I didn't mean you. Besides, really, I'm the one who...
How about we stop getting hung up on the past for a change? Take what you've learned and put it to use in the future instead.
An unexamined past can be just as dangerous in its own right.
Better that than obsessing over it like a certain someone I know.
Kisara doesn't mince her words, does she?
I could say the same thing about one or two of the other women around here.
Tell me about it.
I think I'll refrain from commenting on this one.
Hoodle, I've got some dried fish for you. You want some?
Forget that. Doesn't some tasty red meat sound better, boy?
Hey! Stop trying to coax him away with treats. Get your own adorable sidekick if you're so desperate for one.
He appears to enjoy being the center of attention.
Funny how things change. He and Rinwell used to be joined at the hip, or shoulder to talon.
It's not just Hoodle who's become more trusting. Isn't that so, Rinwell?
They do say pets and their owners act alike. I suppose since we've been together, I've done my share of coming out of my own shell too.
Well then, I guess with you and Hoodle, that makes us all one big happy family.
Sometimes when I'm deep in thought, Hoodle will come over and sit next to me. I only wish I could actually pet him.
Oh, you will someday. You won't believe how soft he is.
Wish I had that problem. I'm lucky if I can so much as look at old Featherbrain without him trying to claw me to ribbons.
Really? He seems tame enough around everyone else. Maybe it's just Hoodle's way of establishing dominance?
That's dogs, not owls.
What's going on when Hoodle pecks at you?
I don't know. Like when I'm talking to Rinwell, it's like he's trying to muscle me out or something. Unless... Wait, you don't suppose I make him jealous?
Come again?
Ow! Get off of me, you insecure fluffball!
I rather think they make a good comedic pairing.
Finde ich auch witzig. Ach, solche Kleinigkeiten erwärmen dann das Herz. Muss ich mir doch mal den Eulenwald angucken, weil eigentlich sind ja alle Bäume voll. Gibt es einen neuen Baum, von dem ich nichts weiß?
Finally. If only we could have flown with the wind to get here faster.
Okay,
Do you
hier ist
sense
noch
one of your friends,
Platz.
Poodle?
Die waren doch alle mal voll. Das nervt mich jetzt aber. Also muss ich überall neue suchen. Das ist nervig. Schauen wir uns mal diese Nebenquest an.
I think there's someone in trouble here.
Well?
Yes.
Erinnert mich dran, ihr seid beide näher der jüngsten Generation, oder? Das heißt, zwischen uns liegen 100 Jahre. Was mich zu sowas wie einen Vorfahren von euch macht. Als solcher biete ich euch die Gelegenheit an, mir den gebührenden Respekt zu erweisen. Kann sein, dass ich das etwas zu genau nehme, aber ist dieser Respekt dem Fall wirklich angebracht? So genau kann ich das nicht sagen, aber es scheint, als bräuchte er bei irgendwas Hilfe. Hört mir einfach zu, was ich jetzt zu sagen habe. Also, Moment, sprecht nicht weiter. Ich wusste, dass das passieren wird. Du versuchst immer mit mir bei solchen Sachen zuvorzukommen. Bin überrascht, dass du Einspruch erhebst. Ich dachte, du weißt, dass man sich auf die Suche nach Wissen manchmal in die Hände schmutzig machen muss. Deshalb kann ich nicht einfach dastehen und dich machen lassen. Mir könnte eine wertvolle Gelegenheit durch die Lappen gehen. Dann machen wir es fair, oder? Wir beide teilen ihnen unsere Wünsche mit. Na gut. Ich habe nichts dagegen. Ich kriege Kopfschmerzen beim Versuch, den beiden zu folgen. Wir müssen ziemlich stark sein, wenn selbst du das zugibst. Ich weiß nicht, was ihr zwei von uns wollt, aber erwartet nicht, dass wir mitmachen. Hey. Was ist denn mit euch los? Ihr lasst einen älteren Menschen in Not einfach links liegen? Ich hätte nicht gedacht, dass der Generationsunterschied so groß wird. Dass junge Leute ihre guten Manieren vergessen. Wie schade. Nun gut, wir hören zu. Aber eine Sache nach der anderen. Wir sind viel beschäftigt und müssen uns um einiges kümmern. In Ordnung, dann warte ich. Sprich du als Erster. Dank dir. Nun, wie ich gerade sagen wollte, ich möchte, dass ihr an Renas Oberfläche geht und ein bestimmtes experimentelles meiner Zyklop-Testobjekte aufspürt. Es handelt sich um ein fehlgeschlagenes Exemplar. Ich habe es von der Versah ausgestoßen und dachte, es überlebt nicht. Aber das hat es wohl.
What?
Du hast ihn in den Weltraum geworfen, wie grausam. Und du möchtest, dass wir das jetzt erledigen? Das ist Teil der Aufgabe, aber noch wichtiger ist, dass ihr mir das Gewebe von dem Zugel bringt. Ich hätte nicht gedacht, dass er gesund und munter auf Rena ankommen würde. Er verdient, weiter wissenschaftliche Untersuchung zu werden. Und gehst du nicht selbst dorthin, dann könntest du die Kreatur nach Herzens erforschen. Richtige Felduntersuchungen sind nicht mein Fachgebiet. Ihr seid für solche Anstrengungen Arbeit weitaus besser gerüstet, als ich es je sein werde. Dachte, ich hätte mich adäquat vorgestellt, aber anscheinend nicht. Klingt für mich eher nach Faulheit.
Agreed.
Ich habe eher gemischte Gefühle. Ich werde keine feste Zusage geben. Aber wir dir das Gewebe bringen. Aber mal schauen, was sich ergibt. Schön zu sehen, dass meine Vorhersage über euch nicht unbegründet war. In dem Fall macht euch an die Arbeit. Ich komme mit meiner Forschung nicht weiter. Also je früher ihr mir das Gewebe bringt, desto besser. Ich sollte noch erwähnen, bei den betroffenen Zügeln handelt es sich um einen Extrem in einem 6-armigen Riesen. Oh, oh. Er ist extrem gewalttätig, also Vorsicht. Dafür sind wir noch zu schwach.
The line of researchers is getting longer.
Perhaps I should have put more thought into this before accepting.
Ja. Irgendwo noch mal einen. Aber nach dem Melenzier wollte ich sowieso noch mal. Das Übungsgelände wollte ich mir noch mal angucken. Und auch noch XP, die wir nutzen können.
We finally made it.
Did you used to come here when you were younger, Kisara?
You bet. See the dent in that column? That's from when my mace slipped out of my hand one time, just after I joined the guard. And that crack over there? That happened while I was practicing an art.
This is new information to me.
Bis 80. What? Wie viele Level gibt's denn hier noch? Also, dann machen wir hier mal die durch, die wir jetzt machen können. Machen wir mal Anfänger. Die dürften jetzt nicht kein Problem sein. Wir sind über 10 Level drüber.
Seriously? Is this a joke?
Can't get out of this! Far enough! Take this!
You've got a knack for battle.
I still plan on training.
That's what I like to hear.
As impressive as always.
Here I hope there was improvement.
No, I mean, you're even better than ever.
I've never seen Shion actually look closer.
Dragon form!
Tiger Blade!
Swallow blade!
Sleep now.
Here I come!
Get out there! Going in!
Swallow blade!
Ah,
You're mine! You're finished!
Going in. You fight better at a distance. The further away, the better. You and I both. Where are you going?
I can carve through armor in a bind. Take this!
I think the enemy's getting desperate.
Got them where we want them.
Don't tip your hand, though.
No escape!
Illuminate the dark. Shield that face.
Dragon swarm!
Blaze up higher!
Burn it out!
Far enough!
Can't get out of this! No escape!
My head's spinning just watching you!
Down! Be still!
Aber
Take this! Swallow blade! Take this! Dragon swarm! In a bind, shattering the pieces!
Inferno crossing!
Blade inside me yearns to be let free!
Only won't save you.
I'm not done!
Swallow
blade! Lightning thrust!
Hold on to your
Lightning
breath.
falcon!
Here I come. Here's our healing rod. It looks like you got this one covered. Illuminate the dark.
Flew away! Flew away!
Make it rain!
Remote!
Astral energy.
Say no more! Got it!
Well
My
done.
turn! Move it!
How do you like being pounded into shape?
Take this!
Annihilation. Photon
Capacity
radiant.
feed!
Fly to the fray.
You're on!
Annihilation.
Not today!
Flames of heaven.
I'll take you all on! Ha! Flare the Malisa! Oh, too shy to
No
come
further.
over? Here,
You're
let me
mine!
help!
Dragon swarm!
Outstanding form.
Armor won't save you!
Time to shine. Purge
Rising to
Blah, blah, blah,
Swallow blade!
magic. Hurry, dance in the
Look
wind.
sharp!
In here.
Flew away! Swallow blade!
Saving this way.
Dragon
Blast star by the power of wind.
Can't get out of this! Lightning thrust!
I'm gone!
Swallow blade!
Meteor storm.
It's over!
Blaze in the wind. This one's mine. Air thrust. Don't mind if I do. Let me show you what my art can do. Shine
Eat this!
now.
Remote!
Astral energy.
Say no more!
so, erledigt. Oh je. Da löst sich der Gummi von meinem Elite-Controller. Den muss ich wieder festkleben. So, das haben wir erledigt. Normal. 40 ist normal. Wir spielen seit über 80 Stunden. Das sind gerade mal Level 45. Das ist Stufe normal. Die ist klar. Naja. Elixier. Jo.
Get lost! Gets by me! Far enough!
Oh, violent guardian wind.
Don't worry, I've got plenty to go around.
The enemy wields art too.
We'll soon see about that.
Swallow blade! Dragon swarm! Swallow blade! Strike! I'll bash in their defenses!
Glad you have your uses.
I'll stop its charge!
I'll show you
How do you like being pounded into shape?
Rising bolt!
So schalte ich ja durch.
You fight better at a distance. The further away.
I'll take you all on! Ha!
Helm.
Flare Demolisher!
I'm going to need to use all the power of my healing arts to accomplish
Dragon
this.
Swarm!
Lightning orb! Oh, where that came from!
Dragon Swarm!
Dance in the wind! Power of water! Sleep now!
Be still!
Do it! Sion! Astral energy! Full throttle! A flawless victory!
I'm not done!
Naturally!
Looking good out there.
Just getting started!
That's the spirit. Take no prisoners.
Your astral arts are truly incredible. Every little bit helps, right?
Indeed it does. I'll keep pushing to be better as well.
I never miss!
Lightning meteor hard up!
Not in your dreams!
Lightning Thrust!
Never do it! Use astral energy!
Say no more! My turn! Prepare to be seized!
Radiant
In a bind!
Radiant look! Here!
Swallow Blade! Dragon Swarm!
Ready and raring! Now, Bizarra! Go for it!
Prepare to crumble.
Think we overdid it?
Lightning Thrust!
Not by a long shot.
Make it rain! Kisara! Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone!
Not a chance!
Oh, jetzt kommt die.
Burn in hell!
I'm going
Swallow Blade!
Lightning
Dragon Swarm!
Inferno
I
Lightning
can carve through armor!
Make it rain!
All yours, Kisara!
Rams.
Denied!
Now! Dragon Swarm!
Aua.
Swallow Blade! Try harder! Not a chance! Swallow Blade! Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno! Take this! Slash! You're mine!
This one's mine!
You picked the wrong fight! You're mine! No further!
Winds of heaven!
Now I can let loose!
Glacial spear! Pierce evil! Seal!
Slash! Swallow Blade!
Get out of here, art! Here I come! Going in!
Here I come!
Lightning orb! A whirling cracker!
Burn!
Winds of heaven! Hurricane strike!
Swallow Blade!
Healing cyclone!
Dragon
Dance in the wind! Thanks for the healing.
Watch yourself, okay?
Yeah, frozen!
Hammer!
Hammer time.
Nicely done!
All thanks to you.
Wind asteroid! Lightning orb! Burning strike! Thunderblade!
In a
Illuminate the
bind.
dark!
Dragon Swarm!
Holy land!
Swallow Blade!
Beast of
Lightning
gold!
Thrust!
Heaven and earth!
Lunar Rondo!
This one's mine! There you go! Not let up! Time to shine!
Swallow Blade!
Lightning meteor!
All disasters made one!
You're mine!
Where are you going?
I'm not done!
Just what I
Not today! Here I come!
Tiger Blade! Lion Power!
Swallow Blade!
Do it!
Chill!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
Es geht sogar schneller als vorher. So. Aber wie wir jetzt hier noch die Sachen weiter durchballern, die hier in der Arena für uns bereit sind, das sehen wir in der nächsten Folge. Ich sage danke fürs Zusehen, hoffe es hat euch gefallen. Wenn ihr wisst, ja, like und subscribe, der Welt wieder. Und wenn ihr es noch nicht schon getan habt, die Notition aktivieren, dass YouTube was ihr mehr von uns sehen wollt. Voilà. So kriege ich immer Schluck auf, wenn ich eine Upload mache. Naja. In der Hinsicht, danke und wenn ihr ja nichts verpassen wollt, wie gesagt, abonnieren, Glocke aktivieren und Twitter einen reindrücken, damit ihr wisst, wann was bei uns abgeht, weil Twitter einfach zuverlässiger ist als YouTube und euch dann immer mitteilt, wann was bei uns abgeht. In der Hinsicht bis zur nächsten Folge. Ciao!